What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? If this ain't the clearest case of sucker activity I've seen in a while, I don't know what is, man. Do you know that she dogged you as well? Do you know that? Do you know that you're just a pawn on her chessboard? Do you actually know that, man? I don't even care for your name. Ain't never cared to know your name. Woken Israelite, whatever you try to say you are, because you backwards in that, even in that. But he says, what is it? Sometimes you have to take them back where it all started. Somebody said I owe Lee La Truth an apology. One of his number one fans, some older lady. Well, hey, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Yes, you owe him an apology for talking the shit, talking the way you've been talking about him when he took your kids in. Not his kids, your kids. And don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted by any means. Yeah, he did what he did because he was smiling and cheesing with your baby mama at the time. So yes, he was open. I'm glad he actually admitted that. But he was open. He was green. And she used him. Hey, it is what it is. You did. And before I even get even further into this video, y'all share, like, and subscribe. I really would appreciate those shares. And definitely would appreciate those likes as well. But brother, I'm coming to you as a man. Man to man. That's like, okay, I'll put it to you like this. That's like some of them G-string writers try to act like I am feminine because I talk about a woman. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just stupid to me. Straight stupidity to me. Because it's perfectly fine for them to talk about men. That's stupidity in any way you look at it. But you're a pawn on Briana's chessboard, and the crazy stuff is, I honestly don't even think you realize that, or maybe you do. Maybe your little fame that you're getting from this is more than you've received before, so you're happy with what you're getting. This is what I want to know is why were you never in the picture until she divorced the truth? That's what I want to know. And I definitely want to know why are you okay with a woman that said you tried to sick your pit bull on her and them kids? That's what I want to know. Why is it that why is it that you have a problem with this man? I want to know that. Why did you have a problem with this man? And of course he talks about you, but that's because you start the trash talking. You just try to use biblical teachings and words to mask the BS you're saying. That's like he had Bible verses under these small jabs he throwing this way. That's just like, if y'all can't read it, read through the BS. Him saying, people say, well, what is it? Somebody said I owe the truth an apology. That's a jab. Okay, that's a jab at the truth. And pretty much it's, and this ain't in the Bible. This ain't Bible literature. This ain't what a man does. Throw jabs at the man that took care of your kids when you were supposed to be the one taking care of them. That's throwing a jab. I mean, that's the man that you want to throw a jab at. You did? Nah, that's whack. No different than, let me put it up here. No different than, and I'll take this from Harmony Speaks page. I couldn't help. I couldn't resist, but take a screenshot of that, of this direct post. It says, "Hey, Robert Hampton, sign that passport so the baby can travel the world. Since you said before you weren't doing something unless I do something. Well, fam, I signed for my kiddos. First, let's keep it G real quick. You can't sign for anything when you none of those kids are in your you have no rights to none of them kids. None of them. You have no rights to them at all. So how are you signing something? Be thankful that these kids can travel the world and explore God's creation. They have been places I have never been. Let them make memories and enjoy the moment. Life is short." And then he uses Bible quotes on there, like I said, majority of the things he does. Okay, let's let's be real here. Okay, why are you even talking about that man letting his daughter, his daughter, go to another country? I mean, yes, to another country, go overseas, when it was clear that in the stipulations of their child support thing, I don't know how the what that is directly called right at this moment, but it clearly says that she has to notify him and get his permission to take his daughter, not the mother four. Well, not the mother. Yes, is that four? No, not the mother five. Okay, not the mother five. His daughter. So, if she wanted to leave out of town, leave out of the country, she could, just like if she wanted to leave out of town, she can leave that baby with the truth, because she's leaving out of town and he doesn't want his child to leave. Okay, is it hitting up here? Is it getting in your brain? He can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. If I don't want my child to leave this state or this country, because I know what type of woman, basically, in other words, I know what type of woman she is. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. And then the fact that, he knows now is the difference. If you had caught him a few years ago, it wouldn't have been this reaction. If she wouldn't have tried to down him the way she tried to down him, it wouldn't have been this reaction. I'm almost positive of it, because she had his nose wide open. So I'm almost positive of that. But the fact that she tried to down him like she did, she tried to discredit him like she did, and majority of the things she was talking about was already proven that she was lying. That's why I start downing her so much, because the stuff that she was saying is proving that you're lying. And the only ones believing that is those bitter baby mamas that are G string writers. That's pretty much the only ones that was steady believing those things. That's like, you know, that's like them saying I owe her an apology because she had twins, and still I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say she had twins or not. Okay, doesn't even matter to me. Okay, at this point in time, it's simply she lied so much. Okay, she lied so much. How could anyone believe her and take her at her word? That is just that simple. How could anybody believe her and take her at her word? I'm not a newcomer to her. Not in any way, shape, form, or fashion am I a newcomer to her. I'm very aware of who her snake ass is. I'm very aware of it. The same way I'm very aware of how she talked about this pink lip mother. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm very aware of how she talked about you. This Israelite dude. And now you're consistently talking about the truth. Hands down, man. I looked at your page, dog. I looked at the page and it's like, man, you talk more about the truth now than she does. But she can't say nothing bad about him. She's probably just using you to talk bad about him. Because you definitely talk bad about him and try to mask it with Bible words out the Bible. And that's whack. That's whack right there alone. That shows how much. That's when you can tell most of the time when, you know, not the word is full of it, but the person using the word to make what they do seem justified. To make the words that they say seem justified, they try to use words out of the Bible to make that seem like it's justifiable. That's no different than, you know, civilizations being conquered and then they doing it in the name of Christianity. You know, you're using words out the Bible. I'll just say that to justify you being a pawn, a sucker, a bad parent. It's cool that you spending time with your kids now, but you weren't spending any time with them during the whole stint of her and LaTruth together. You wasn't around none of that time. So I don't understand how you're so prevalent in their lives now. I don't understand that. And I definitely don't understand Briana saying this when she already know what it is. She knows that she can't take that baby out of this country without permission from the truth. Period. Robert Hampton. She knows these things. These things that she knows. So this right here is very stupid. Very stupid. Any advice on how I can renew a passport for my child if the other parent, the other person won't sign? Is there something the courts can do? I don't want my children to miss out on the trips this summer. How are your children gonna miss out if you were gonna take them on trips? If she can't go, she can't go. It's just that simple. It is just that simple. And I guarantee you that will be something in the course you probably would when if you was on, as far as if he wants the baby to not go out of the country. Okay, well, he can keep her. I'm leaving out of the country. I'm not gonna take her out of the country because he don't want to. Okay, he can keep her while you go out of the country. And if he doesn't want to keep the child, then you can take her out of the country. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And like I said, it ain't none of your business, period, what the truth and Briana got going between their child. Them three them three behind you is what you got to say. Well, what you try to act like you have something, or you're truly involved. Them three is what you try to make it seem like you're truly involved when you're not. You haven't been a factor in those kids' lives, like I said, until their divorce. You wasn't talked about, you wasn't nothing until their divorce. Especially the what was it? My kids were is with their dad for the summer. When I first heard her say that, I was in shock. I was in straight shock because it's confusing to me. And this is from a man's perspective, you know, but it's no different than being from a mother's perspective because I'm a parent and I'm a loving, caring parent that is there for my kids and been there in my kids' life from the beginning. Why would she let you be back around those kids? It just makes no sense to me. And the whole thing is this period is that okay, is either you know she lied, she was lying on you. Because if you're such this holier than thou cat, why would you do something like that? And if you know she lied on you, what type of man does that make you to still be going with her agenda? Because that's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. Her agenda is to try to make uh the truth seem as bad as she possibly can. She just legally can't do it out of her own words and mouth. So you think about that, dog. You think about that. That's no different than she uses what's his name? Janelle at times to say foul stuff about him. Now she don't even gotta make it talk to him about he does it automatically and he tried to do it low key. But the thing is deeply, y'all have no reason to have a problem with him. None. Especially you. What I'm gonna just call you pink lips. Especially you. You have no reason. You should be grateful for him. You should be grateful for him having his nose open for your baby mama. You should be grateful for that. Because again, like I said, he was there for your kids when you wasn't, and you probably still don't support them. Because I'm going to keep it real with you. Those presents you got those kids, man, those were some real elementary presents. And if you're so with the Israelites, that's the holiday that you definitely wasn't supposed to be celebrating. So that confuses me still on that level. I don't think Israelites celebrate Christmas. Why was you? Whether it was the day of Christmas or not. Why was you celebrating Christmas if that's not something y'all supposed to do? Makes no sense to me. Or do y'all celebrate Christmas? I don't know. I'm not up on the Israelite stuff like that. So I don't know. The one thing I do know is that Briana been using you to feud with the truth. She's been doing that. And you right. Hey, I don't see how y'all don't see that y'all are just pawns on her chessboard. Okay, I don't think she's dumb by any means. I think she does dumb stuff and very ignorant stuff, but I don't think she's dumb by any means. As far as I think her brain works very fine, very fine. Real talk. Don't the words that come out your mouth don't always match what's in your head. Hopefully that didn't go over nobody's head. I'll say it again. The words that come out your mouth don't always match what's going on in your head. But again, y'all share, like, and subscribe for your boy. Peace.